tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster?
Charlie, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Is this world protected? But you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them? Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. He is the doctor. I think we can all agree on that. It's weird, though, isn't it? With when you had, what was it the 11th Doctor? Oh, God. So, I listen, War Doctor's really screwed me up. Oh, okay. So, Eccleston was the 9th or the 10th, depending on how you look at 9, 10. Yeah, 11th, right. When you had 11th Doctor, it was kind of feasible, right? You can see them all. Now it's just kind of stupid, right? It basically got up to Capaldi. It just got stupid, right? I do firmly believe we need to like reboot reality, and give us just these 12. How many of them are there? If 10, 11, 12, 13, if you can if you count the War Doctor, right? Yeah, and start fresh from there, right? I think that's right. You're only real. Just forget everything post Capaldi. Forget the insane lack of quality it was, but just forget it because it's not very good. I mean, because it stopped working, right? It just all the it stopped working. I think as many people say, I ain't Peter Capaldi for once. This isn't Doctor Who. That is something we're going to be getting tonight. Also, season 15 drops. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I will be doing a live watch along with you guys. I like season 15, right? I think it's a solid season. I have a lot going on in the Rabbi household, right? We have not one but two of our soul. Sorry, that's what happens when you get overexcited. Here, one second. Clear. So it's good to have a keyboard. There we go. Man, that camera's too good. Anyway, look at that. Look how bored I am. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. I never noticed because, I have this thing, right? But look at that. What's the not bored as a judge? Bored as a I can't remember. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I have not one but two of army personnel that are home this week. Both my sons are home, right? My younger son and my older son. Now, my older son, I think he was planning because he recently got married and he hasn't had a Sabbath alone with his good lady wife as yet, right? And so I think that's what the plan to do. And my wife went full Jewish mother on them, just guilt tripped them, and my my daughter-in-law, she hadn't seen that before. I guess because she's of the Moroccan descent. Also, she's French. Those French are different, right? They say everything with that enchanting accent that makes everything. On Thursdays, we just like to smear poop on their face. Yes, no, it just we do it for the children. I'm like, what? But it is okay. So I don't know. This is Ashkenaz, right? So she's got full Jewish guilt. And I think it freaked her out. And then I told my wife not to. I was like, come on, darling. He's coming home from war, right? And she's like, well, I think he should see his mother. I think he should spend some time with his mother. I mean, I'm like, come on. Oh, God bless her. So the reason my wife gets away with all this shit is because, and she does, oh God, she's so emotionally manipulative. She's such a Jewish mother. Is because she's awesome at the same time. Like yesterday, she was super late home because, yes, this is an only in Israel moment, right? She comes home. She works in Jerusalem, and she has to go on the light rail to get to a car to drive home. So she's on the light rail, and she gets off, and then he's like, she says it happens quite often. There's a couple of American seminary girls. They come here for a year. They're like 18, 19, stupid, right? And they're both crying and causing a fuss. There's like a big crowd around. It happens, right? So my wife walks by to ignore it, and suddenly she hears my wife's name, Susan. Like, what? Turned out to be, when we lived in Miami, our neighbor from Miami's kid. Who was there, right? And what happened is for some reason, you have to scan your pass or whatever on the light rail when you go down, and they didn't, or I don't even know, right? And so now they needed some kind of picture ID so they could give them a ticket, right? And they didn't have any because, because they go to these like super religious seminaries where they're not allowed smartphones, and they have their passport is locked up there, and they're not going to be able to get it till like Tuesday or something like that, and they were trapped, right? So my wife, she calls up my our ex-neighbor from Miami and gets them to send WhatsApp them a photo ID, like picture of the passport or something. Fine. And then she says, okay, she can go. Then we still got the other girl crying. I was like, oh, fine, I'll do it for you too. So my wife phones it. I'm a complete stranger. I said, "What's your mother's name?" Tammy, whatever. Hi, Tammy. I'm with whatever her name, Rockall Leia, whatever her name is, here in Jerusalem. She said it much better than this, though. We need some kind of photo ID because she's there's been a little bit of a mix-up with the light rail. Something along those lines, right? That's what she was home like an hour and a half later. Right, because she just stopped to help out these poor little towns. But boy, did she guilt my son. Which I can't help find what music. Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about the will I get to? Oh, probably not. Right, probably not. We've got to talk about the new Blu-ray box set. Right, I've got to talk about what's on the thing. Got to talk about Peter Capaldi, the Peter Capaldi story. I think it's really huge. There's the Lucasfilm Star Wars Civil War, which is really going back and forth. Another new Star Trek movie announced. 28 years later. I mean, well, it makes sense. It is about 28 years later. And there's a lot of craziness going on. I mean, look, what day? It's the 11th, right? It's 11th there. Have things been even crazier in 2024? Like, since it seems like a lot's happened. So you got all this crazy shit with illegal immigrants, right? It's really weird. I have the video of it from James O'Keefe. Yeah, let me try. I should have pulled that up, right? But where is it? I think if I go to who's James, if I maybe get to a look at James O'Keefe, I might get to it's OMG Media or something like that. Is this it? No, was it OMG Media? Maybe let's try OMG Media. OMG Media. Oh yeah, that's it, isn't it? That guy came. No, that's clearly the wrong thing. Let's try James O'Keefe again. James O'Keefe. See what comes up. Fine, I'm going to try Tim Pool. I'll be able to get through Tim Pool. Tim Pool. Because this was crazy. The like investigative was a journalist. He finds this bus, right? And the bus tries to shake him off. It's really bizarre. Like, it's really genuinely bizarre. Where is it? I'm going to go back. Here they go. Here, James O'Keefe. Now I'll start downloading that. But there's a lot of, I mean, like in England as well, there's like, it seems like uncontrolled immigration, but it's very, look, this is very coordinated what's going on, right? Something weird is going on. Was it Ramaswamy was talking about it, actually. I thought he did a, was it same video as, hang on. He did this town hall with Tim Pool last night, and man, he's good, right? So, okay, one of the good things that I like about, well, many good things I like about him, but like I get a bad vibe from Nikki Haley, which is weird because Nikki Haley's been really good for Israel, right? Really super duper good for Israel. But I get a bad vibe about her, and I couldn't work out. She seems very controlled by corporate interests. So they talk about it over here. What's it, a little clip? And again, look, maybe I'm just like, I like some people being smart, right? But God, man, this guy is smart.
DeSantis was petrified that Christie would do something.
Right.
We don't know what he was going to do, but that's according to Chris Christie. I'm curious as to why they were in conversation at all.
Yeah.
And why DeSantis would express to him his fear over something Christie might do.
I haven't talked to either today. I can tell you that. so I'll tell you something. I think that there's something deeper going on, and this is today a footnote. It's a footnote, but a footnote in the deeper game. That's how
I would really love to see what happens with him in a general election. Again, Trump, my heart is Trump, but they're going to assassinate Trump before they let him be president. Like he's going to need literally the hand of God with him to become. I mean, he did last time, I guess, to become president, right? So I would really like to see how they handle Vivek in a general election, right? Because you can only lie so much, and the lies don't really work so much anymore.
hiding in plain sight. I think, Ian, you said, oh, is this all just one giant deep fake? I actually think it is.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we're witnessing a deep fake in real time, and the deep fake is this. And the people who are the subjects to it, I think every one of the people who is a subject to it, for better or worse, is falling for the deep fake, which is that this system, the system, has made a decision, the same one that they thought they were making back when Donald Trump was exiting office. Okay, they didn't get it right that time around, to make a decision that this man shall not be allowed anywhere near the White House again, period. They will stop at nothing. And at this point, I really mean nothing.
I mean, yeah, I think so. Like, again, I think if he wins the election, he's either assassinated or there's a military coup, right? I just don't. I mean, like, which I hope they'll lose, right? Which actually, this all ties into Napoleon, which I watched it last night, which was very good. Actually, I felt. And we'll talk about that soon.
To keep this man out of the White House. So what are they trying to do? I was trying to figure out for a long time. It didn't feel like it was going to be a Trump versus Biden race. There's a lot with Biden. You got the documents case coming out. Why are they trotting that against Biden after like 10 years? Hunter Biden, okay, we could have talked about it. Now suddenly it's gaining credibility. Didn't feel like it was going to be Biden.
There's so much weird stuff with Hunter Biden, yes, as well. Like he went to Congress to listen to them slam him about not answering his subpoena. Or I can't bloody know. It's all weird. But it all seemed like theater.
And so I think incorrectly assumed that it was going to be Gavin Newsom or somebody else. This is the new puppet other than Biden they want to trot out. And I think what became increasingly clear is that they've actually found a much more convenient new puppet. A puppet who actually can give them a lot of air cover by being within the Republican Party or the guise of the Republican Party itself. And that's Nikki Haley, of course. The very people who are paying to keep Trump off the ballot in lawsuits like Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, or even Larry Fink, the king of the woke industrial complex, the leader of BlackRock. Look at who they're supporting. It's not Gavin Newsom. It's not Joe Biden. It's Nikki Haley, actually.
Right. I think Nikki Haley is their designated successor. I think they say because she's a woman, she's Republican, it gives the illusion of freedom, an illusion of fairness. Right. I think Vivek is 100% on the money here.
And so what they want to do, to put it in plain sight, is to make this a two-horse race between Donald Trump and a puppet who they can control. I believe that's Nikki Haley. Eliminate Trump from contention, and then trot in their controllable puppet into the White House. That's the game that's hiding in plain sight, and I think everybody's falling for it, actually.
Yeah. Again, because Democrat, Republican make no difference. So look, yeah, there's this weird uncontrolled immigration going on, right? So there's all this like weird here. So we got a bunch of videos about that. And it's like, when I say uncontrolled, it's clearly controlled by somebody. All right. This thing, did that thing never download? Hang on. All right. So Elon Musk said yesterday, right? Because they have, that's what it was. Because they have, was it illegal aliens? Kids turned up to school, or they told not to come to school because because they're now using the school to house illegal aliens, right? They're like, what? Yeah, we're going to do some remote learning. That sounds insane, right? Sounds bizarre because they have nowhere to put them. So Elon Musk said yesterday they are going to make it mandatory for you to house them in your home, right? And then today this comes out, right? So here it is. It's here we go.
Vision to take the next step.
So this is the mayor of New York.
To go to the faith-based locales, and then
right. Okay. First, we're filling up the schools. Then we're going to fill up your synagogues and your churches. Excuse me. Fuck off. No, you're not filling the synagogues with a bunch of Jew-hating Muslims, idiot. Oh, yeah, no, where are they from? Syria? Yeah, they'll be really nice. They'll play nicely. Fuck off.
Move to private residence. There are residents who are suffering right now because of economic challenges.
Which you caused.
They have spare rooms. They have locales. And if we can find a way to get over the 30-day rule and other rules that government has in its place, we can take that $4.2 billion, 4.3 even maybe now, that we potentially would have to spend, and we can put it back in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers, everyday.
And so let's say you live in an apartment building, right? And so then your landlord says, oh yeah, no, the government offering more money, so now you got a roommate, right? You're like, no, I'm renting out that room in your apartment. Like, you're like, what? Yeah, no, that's what happened now. Look, and they'll make the government. They can make their own laws.
Houses of worship instead of putting in the pockets of corporations, and some of those corporations.
Yeah, so they're coming. I mean, like this uncontrolled immigration. When I say uncontrolled, very controlled, right? And I think this is what's actually going to. And I think this is being driven by the same corporate interest that like Nikki Haley, right? I do. Right, so this is, O'Hare Airport? And there's like, this is where they're housing illegal immigrants right now. Like, I understand why, like, nobody really understands. How come they could just live here? What's up with that, right? And now, you have these things, they're turning up on planes, like hundreds at a time, with bags, with like their planes. Ticket says no name required, or like no name given, or something like that, and they don't speak English, and they're told what to. It's the weirdest shit. They give them phones, and they're told to get rid of their ID.
Well, it's an airport. It's an airport.
Yeah, so that guy says, "Don't film it."
No big deal.
No big deal.
Well, it's an airport. It's an airport.
Hey, look at that! What the fuck's going on? So I think the Normans are starting to notice. Look, again, break. And I just think Nikki Haley is right there with them, right? And she's been great for Israel. I just don't trust her as far as I can split. Split or spit. Doing. Let's have a look at this. And then, so this is crazy.
Put the migrants off the bus.
So then the federal government are trafficking illegal immigrants all across America, apparently.
We're going to follow that bus all the way to the airport. He's backing up into you. This guy almost backed up into us.
Whoa! Whoa, did you get that video?
She's blocking traffic.
You have your ID?
I do, but am I being detained?
What do you need to do here at the airport?
Calling police on American journalists. They're shutting the door on us here. Sir, why are you blocking the camera?
No discussion.
No.
Something's going on, right? Something. You get boatloads of people turn up every day. It's like something's going on. I don't know what it is, right? I genuinely don't. Why would I? Why would I? Wait a minute. Fuck. Okay, we're in a secret Illuminati meeting, right? We're here. Okay, we just fucked and ate a bunch of children, because that's what we do in the Illuminati. We're doing a dastardly, but wait a minute. Let me put a comment on the rabbi's channel so he knows what's going on, right? No, that's not happening, baby. That's not happening, right? And I wish the whole Jewish conspiracy thing was real, because would I milk that fucker? Oh, you have no idea. By the way, I've discovered a new talent, right? I can make jam. That's my new superpower. Marmalade. I basically worked out. Okay, it's so simple. Now I know what it is, right? It's a bunch of sugar and a bunch of water flavored with some kind of citrus fruit, right? So, because I've been wanting to use stuff from my garden. So I did a bunch of lime jam. That was really good. And lime marmalade. So then I made a couple of cans worth of preserved lemons. And today I made lemon marmalade. Man, they come out great. Oh, loving it. We have this thing called pomelos, which are kind of like grapefruits. There's a cross between a pomelo and a grapefruit, I believe, pomelo. That would have to be a jam, because you couldn't put bits in that because it's big too much. Anyway, if we get more jars, that's what I'm doing next. But yeah, bunch of sugar, water, and citrus. Bubble, and then you're going to get it to the right temperature. It's like 120 degrees. But when it's like, it's ready, right? It's ready. And then you got to go through the whole thing to check it. We got to put a saucer in the freezer, right? And then I'm not joking. It's such a pain in the ass. Put a saucer in the freezer, and then take it out after 5 minutes. Then you put a dab of the jam on or whatever. Then you put it back in the freezer for 2 minutes, right? And then you push it, and if it wrinkles, it's ready to go, right? It's ready to go. Oh God, and that was another nightmare, right? I learned something new with making jam today. I don't use a saucepan that's too small because it bubbled out, and then it turned into jam everywhere. I had to clean it off, right? And I was really freaking out. Still can't get the central burner turned on. It's still too wet because I washed it. Because there was jam everywhere. Tasted very good though. Weird thing is, as it cools down, the flavor intensifies, right? I don't know why that is, but it also, that's my new superpower. That's my other superpower, of course, is making the greatest thumbnails of all time. You are welcome. Fans of the Capaldi era, fans of Jenna Coleman, you are welcome. Okay, listen, I'll admit it. I went a bit heavy with the boobies on this one, right? I should have said medium-sized boobs, right? But yeah, the AI face is looking pretty good, right? By the way, I was playing around with firstly I'll show you. I went through many iterations to get this one. Right, this was the first version, I believe, and then I ran it through the FaceSwap AI, and it got slightly better. That's the second time through the FaceSwap AI. This was another version. I think very good, right? But now I've also been experimenting for Saturday stream. I think it's time for some salacious objectifying of Lala Ward, because she'll hate it, right? And doesn't that look good? Right, I think I'm doing very well with that one, right? Doesn't that look good, right? Lala, you look fantastic, honey. Oh, Rabbi, I love dressing up like this for you. You too. Hey, lift and separate, Lala. That's all I can say. And I'm not sure what she wants to go for. I think it's this one. I think it's that one, right? But I'm trying to get leader, but getting somebody in like a savage outfit is hard. And the face swap is a bit. It's okay. It's a bit mediocre, right? And then actually not bad. That was actually looking better now, right? I ran it through it twice. I think this is the first time. This is the second, right? Or maybe the other way around. Something like that. I don't recall. I do not recall. Let me think. 1 second. 1 second. Oh yeah, 1 second. I have to reply to it. I could do it tomorrow if you have the information. Sorry, I just saw that this person was like really stressing out, right? So I didn't want to stress out. I figured just stopping and saying that for a minute, would make things go. Lala, you look fantastic. I think this is coming for a Saturday night stream, right? There you go. Doink. Fine, let's get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, let me just make it bigger because Clara's making it bigger for me right now. Lucasfilm Star Wars Civil War heats up. That is true. Fine. Oh, also we got to talk about Napoleon, and we got to talk about Big Finish had a good release. Not me. I'm amazed. Yeah, Big Finish had a good release. Let's do the chat. Then we'll do the Blu-ray, and then we'll do Napoleon. Right? Okay. I think that's the way to go. Lucky old Napoleon. That's what I say. Kel Lynch is here. How you doing, Kel Lynch? Thank you for joining us. Capaldi was treated so badly, he didn't deserve that, and he's never coming back, right? I saw the first episode of his new show, Criminal Record. I can't remember what it's called. But it's good, right? I mean, look, there's no vestige mark of the Doctor there, right? If you want a bit of Doctor, this is not a place you go, right? He's a fantastic actor. The only trouble is he's like the co-star, and the main star is Kush, whatever her name is, and she's just doesn't exude the same power level as Peter Capaldi. It's not her fault. She's not bad. She's not bad, but she's not Peter Capaldi, and he's on like full like tilt, right? He's really like on absolute full tilt. So yeah, I've only seen the first episode. They released the first two, right? And it's like, look, it's like a good English cop show. That's how I would describe it. Both Capaldi and Conway were treated badly. No matter what people think of Colin's Doctor, surely they can't deny it. Yeah, exactly. They were treated terribly. On the topic of Star Trek, says Hollywood Apocalypse, the bad reboot, the Bad Robot movie is another funding pitch. I spoke with a friend at CBS last night, and they said nothing been greenlit beyond. Yeah, I know. It's everything's in flux. Everything's like I'm not entirely sure that they'll go 3 years with Doctor Who. Frankly, I know they go 2 years because they're filming the second one, right? I don't know they're going to go 3 years. I think Disney is. I think they're all fucked. Right? I think it's the wheels are about to come off the wagon. I mean, I really do. Soda Ranger says, oh yeah, who cares about Icky old man? I'm younger and stunninger and braver, like all the ladies. Oh, Icky Thump. Yes, you are, Soda Ranger. Yes, you are. He looks weird without a hat. That's true. Many people say that. What am I up to? I've had at 59, and mind you, I've been great since I was 30. Swings and roundabouts. Hartnell first, Troughton, Baker, Purdy, Davison, Baker 2, McCoy, McGann, Hurt, Eccleston, Tennant, twice, somehow, whatever. Smith, New Cycle, Capaldi. Simple. Okay, yeah, there you go. Exactly. Thank you, Colin Archer. Thank you for bringing a bit of sense and sensibility to this. That was beware the low flying bicycles, by the way. Bicycles. Your cat's really ill, Polto. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm becoming a bit of a cat lover, right? Because oh my god, my cat's just so insanely cute. Oh my god, they're so cute. This teeny tiny little ball of white fur. And she's so naughty. I love her being naughty. She's got like a naughty face, like Sooty. Right. So like she sleeps in the bed with the dog every night. Comes snuggles up. So I get up and go pee like maybe 2 a.m. The cat comes and like says, "Hello, want to play? Want to have a bit of a play? I'll play with you. I'll play with your hands. Now I got this little toy, this little cat toy on a string on a little stick. So I'm like, here you go, play with that. And she's like, oh, the greatest thing ever. There you go. So I'm sorry, here, Castle Potos. Jonathan Cox is here, dude. Jonathan Cox. Where are we up to? Paul Taylor's here. Eckius Thumpis to all the fam. Oh, Eckius Thump, mate. Eckius Thump. So I'll give you a Jewish blessing, a refuah shleima to Paul Taylor's cat. I do hope it gets better very, very soon. They get better. She gets better. He gets better. Well, the Martha is in the tooth. He'll take over Moon's body. Why? Monsoon's body. Oh, right. So yeah, effectively, Monsoon is the master. Yeah, probably. Again, I just view this as this is not the same show, right? This is a very detached show from the one that we like, right? That's the thing. It's just in the same way Star Trek's Discovery is no relationship to Star Trek, right? Like none whatsoever. So I know. Does Shooting Outwards Doctor Who have a close connection with Doctor Who, or does Star Trek Discovery have a closer connection with Star Trek? That's a good question. So far, Shooty has a closer connection to Doctor Who. Like, so far. But we'll see what happens. What's about during the Brexit debate? If the government have been contacted by aliens and warned about the global pending catastrophe, they can only help, but they can only help if the world is united. That might make me vote Remain. Crazy theory, but everything seems to be pushing from quarters to create a reduced population single world society. Well, again, listen. I think it's the end of the day. I think the Messiah is coming, right? I think we're rattling at breakneck speed. Too fucking slow for me, but at breakneck speed to a messianic world where as long as we survive into it, everything will be better. Oh, imagine a world where bullshit is gone. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? Like, just wouldn't that be freaking awesome? Trailer for Doctor Series 15 was Doctor Who more than we've seen in ages. Well, yeah, exactly. I also listen. I like the family stuff a lot better. Go and check out my Christmas episode. I think it was pretty darn good. I think pretty good Doctor Who as well, right? Or the Toy Maker. No, and also the 6th anniversary one. That's like an hour long, right? And to me, it feels like Doctor Who. I think it's we are. And that's hair away from being able to. And listen, certainly by the time we get to season 25, everyone will be able to make their own Doctor Who, right? I really believe that. Rabbi Oswami is a WF shill, but I still like. I don't think he seems to be saying the absolute opposite of what they like. But I don't know. Listen, there's nothing that I will go. No, it can't be. Like, you know, the tunnels under Lubavitch, right? And nobody in the media knows how to say it right. In the middle in New York, right? In Crown Heights, New York, there's the center of a sect of Hasidism called Chabad or Lubavitch. They believe their Rebbe was the Messiah until he died. A few still believe it, but they both basically died down. But their own little world. They're great people, though, Lubavitchers. I always like having them on my street, frankly. But there was this tunnel coming out underneath there, and they were going to, and the police came to close it off. And then the kids there rioted or attacked the police. I was like, what the hell? Then they found like bloodstained mattresses or something down there. Now it's probably everything's kosher and nothing happened. But if it turns out to be some sick fucking twisted shit going on, I will be ashamed and not surprised, sadly. Kangen Kodos. Yes, we're exchanging long protein molecules. Do you know a better way? Matthew J is here. Hey, Matthew J, thank you for joining us. Go, come over here. I work at O'Hare K9 officer. Blimey, I bet you can get a lot of good weed now very easily. Planet that's making it excite me up. Well, that comes from Red Wolf. Yeah, well, listen, I just think Clara is a bit of a poonhound, right? I think Clara likes weird, dirty sexual things, right? Because she's always seems so prim and proper, right? Yeah, that's just the way I think she rolls, baby. Where we up to? Tzvi Lebetkin, Lonnie is here from Comics. Do you want me to send a link? Unmute me. Are you muted? What? I can sit quiet in the corner until the rotor goes out. No, we're cool. It's okay. If you want to come on for, let me know. Damn! I went through as I pulled up the Romanas. Yes, Indian Leela. Right, I would doctor it a bit so she'll look more like Indian. Brian Big Finish says it's like playing Russian roulette. Yeah, there's actually a good story out. I was like, I like their new publishing model of like one disc a month because you're like, okay, let's get. And thank God it was okay. The new Star Trek stuff is a nothing burger. It's just a funding pitch. Yeah, I know. But you know, it's I always like what the sort of thing put up. Oh, review it yourself there. How you doing, mate? Thank you for joining. You're fucking awesome. But, so review it yourself was telling me he's watched the first episode of Remembrance of the Daleks. Dude, I can't wait to you. What it's like? Yeah. I think it's one of the greatest Dalek stories of all time. I'm really can't wait for you to watch it. Anyway, yeah, and you say come back anytime, mate. Right, you were great. Philip Bogart is here. Fine with that. Let us get to this trailer because I'm actually kind of excited. So, Clara, you got to go off, darling. Oh, it's a shame, but yeah, fine, Clara. With the has Once in Future finished? Yes, it has. That wasn't. They got like a coda coming out next year. It was pretty good apart from one disc, right? There's only one that was. I was like, eh. And it was a shame because it was the Eccleston and what's it called again? David Warner one. So it was a real wasted opportunity. It's really sad. Anyway, let's have a look. Now we got see has been here, we'll put this up first as well. Doink share screen. Bring back Clara, we missed you, darling. We missed you. Another beautiful piece of artwork for the cover, root and so what seasons are we still waiting for Tom Baker? We got season 12, not 13, right? So it's 13, 14 we have now, 15, 16 is Key to Time, so 13, 16, 17 we have, and 18. Yeah, okay, right. We're missing two Tom Baker seasons. Lovely bit of a cover art here, which is, as always, these things are always gorgeous, right? They really are. One second, I got the wrong thing. There, let me zoom in on it a little bit. All right, because this is where I guess all the clockwork for the Invasion of Time, which I know I like all these. Oh man, you got what's the word again? What's the Router one called? Which is freaking awesome. Not Invisible Enemy. It's got the lighthouse in it. Oh, what's it called again? I don't know. Maybe they have it in the trailer. Anyway, so they got a new Super Links trailer out. By Pete Matigue. Pete Matigue. What's this called again? The Final Battle. Okay, that's good. That's a darn good effect shot for this piece of shit. That's a darn good effect shot.
Commander! Commander!
Gallifrey has fallen.
Okay, right off that, this is freaking awesome. Really? I am horror fan rock, says Lonnie, as Matthew Pounder. Thank you. This is freaking awesome. I am really impressed, right? I am really freaking impressed. And look, green screen and a couple of costumes, and it looks awesome.
Time War is lost, but do not fear. We face the end with courage.
I'm instructed to give you this. A wayfinder, my lady. An escape from this hell.
Escape to where?
Only you can decide that.
Maybe they could have given us some Lippy, right? I think she looks better on the Big Finish covers when she's old, right? Maybe a bit of Lippy.
I do not run from battle or cower from machines.
It is his wish, my lady, that you survive.
Whose wish?
The Doctor.
He is here.
The Doctor is waging war. The end is coming, and you are his only hope for the future. My lady,
I guess it's not to be the War Doctor. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm really psyched for this, right? Gallifrey and cornrows. The problem being, I hadn't noticed, but yeah. Still, I'm enjoying it.
Beg of you. Activate the Wayfinder. Escape.
Exterminate!
Wow! Okay, this is getting better!
Exterminate! Exterminate!
A little bit cringe, but I still liked it. Okay, can somebody just give Pete Mateague a job to write and direct an episode of Doctor Who? This is really excellent, okay? And I like the grey. Look at the livery of the Dalek at the back. It's grey and black with silver and grey with black trim. Silver and grey with black balls. Who were?
The Daleks are victorious.
You are wrong!
Identify! Identify!
I am Leela, warrior of the Seventeen and of Gallifrey, friend of the Doctor.
Oh, this is the best Doctor I've seen since Capaldi left. Listen, I quite like the energy of Shooty and Millie together. This is so much better. Holy shit!
While we live, your victory is short-lived.
Your statements are meaningless. The Doctor will be destroyed. His acolyte.
Well, listen, if you say in 2023 and 24, we will make the Doctor. What? What could you make the Doctor do? We will make the Doctor super gay. What? Yes, we will make the Doctor super gay. And he will love chicks with... Don't say it! No! Chicks with dicks! Ah! Anyway, so this is why I don't get to write these things.
It will be exterminated!
That is not how this ends.
Alert! Alert! Transport device detected! Exterminate!
Oh, fuck off! This is freaking awesome! Sold. Oh, take my money. Yes. I don't give a fuck. What's it? You could own that and be a lump of shit. I don't care. After that trailer, oh my god. Like the perfect hand job of a trailer. Fuck me, that was awesome. Holy shit. Oh, no, we're just give me a second. I got overexcited. Did you notice? I want to see that bit again, okay?
Doctor Who, The Collection.
Would you care for a jelly baby?
Season 15.
Wouldn't mind. That's John Leeson.
Where are we going, Doctor?
Into the land of dreams and fantasy.
6 classic stories, newly remastered and packed with special features.
Rather good.
Documentaries.
We've got a lighthouse.
A lighthouse, a trip down memory lane.
Okay, 1 second. Why does Louise Jameson look so much better there? Look, she put a bit of lippy on there.
It's a trip down memory lane.
But we've brought you to location that Doctor Who couldn't do.
Oh, stop it!
She never stopped complaining. I couldn't believe it. She wouldn't do a stage slap. She absolutely insisted that I walloped her.
I knew all my lines. Tom didn't know all his lines. He picked up my script and said, "You don't need this. You know all your lines." And he threw it out of the window.
This is a virtual walkthrough of the set layout as you walked into Pebble Mill.
Graham sort of...
Okay, that's just a little bit too in-depth, really. Oh, The Life of Graham Williams? Okay, I'm up for that.
appeared in my office and said, "Oh, I'm taking over now." So it was a bit of a surprise.
He wasn't the sort of person that you'd expect to be a producer of Doctor Who.
Graham wanted to be liked, and, you know, being a producer and being hugely popular, they don't always go hand in.
Okay, again, look, they made her look like a human being. You should have put better makeup, some makeup on her. Leela is supposed to be kind of hot, right? Oh, super hot, right? And then look, now she looks, not like a troglodyte from hell.
In hand.
I'm very lucky that I wasn't fired by Graham.
Leela was a Doctor Who companion like no other.
And in we go.
This is worth the prize entry. Louise Jameson interview with Matthew Sweet. That's going to be awesome, right? Again, Matthew Sweet, douchebag extraordinaire, very good at this stuff.
Interview chamber.
Like joining any series, it's just a bit nerve-wracking. He loved Liz, and didn't we all? And I knew I was stepping into very big shoes. But she'd been there to welcome him, so he was the vulnerable one when he joined. And I think he'd sort of forgotten. Because you can't be a good actor without being vulnerable. And of course, all Tom's. Oh, for want of...
all these stills of Tom in the are just fantastic, right? They really are.
For a better word, attitude was because he was vulnerable, wasn't it?
Why is the Jodie Loke still on these releases? I'll tell you why. It's not. It's actually. I don't know. I think it's Rossy was trying to be good. Like, he hates the logo changing in the middle of a range, right? He says, "No, we're going to keep that logo." Which I just, again, he does whatever he can to legitimize the Jodie era, doesn't he?
Quite often, as I'm talking to people, including yourself occasionally, I simply cannot believe what I'm saying.
Behind the sofa.
Probably wise not to believe everything Tom Baker says. It's very entertaining, but it's probably not true.
Here it comes.
Very attractive.
Oh, not again. Oh, Leela!
Yeah, good girl.
Go on, Leela.
What happened?
Hey, wait. Who are the groups? So we got Toby Hidoki, who's that? And Leela and Louise Jameson. I have no idea who the third one is. Or first one. Katie Manning, Matthew Borderhouse. Look, you put anybody with Katie Manning, I think it's going to be good.
Updated special effects.
I thought I'd lock the enemy out. Instead, I've locked it in with us.
And much more.
I always didn't mind the special effects in Horror of Fame Rock.
What is the Doctor?
Oh, he's very difficult sometimes, but he has great knowledge. Gentleness.
Now, that's Sunmakers. That is Louise Jameson's most insanely beautiful story. I think you could pause any frame of that story and you could take a photo, you could take a still from that and put it on your wall. She's just insanely beautiful in all of it.
Doctor Who, The Collection.
That do seem a bit far-fetched.
Can you explain simply?
Season 15 is available to pre-order now.
Good. I mean, look, they clearly had a bigger budget for this than normal, right? I thought that was very impressive. Okay, let's see. They normally have the details on DoctorWho.tv, is it? I can't remember. Hang on. Doctor Who. That's DoctorWho.tv. So that comes up. Meet the new Doctor. Oh, here we go. Yeah. And we'll go over again. And then, I think we might have a rewatch of that. I'm like genuinely impressed. Okay, I did not expect to be that impressed. I think that's definitely my favorite one. Let's see. Let's have a look. Season 15 announced as the next Blu-ray installment in the collection Blu-ray range. Yeah, so far we continue that 1977. Honestly, I love the graphic design of this stuff. Well, let's see what's in there. So we got Behind the Sofa, Louise Jameson, Colin Baker, Sarah Sun, Janet Fielding, Matthew Waldo, Katie Manning, Beston Roberts. That's who that was. The wife of the director Penance Roberts. Like literally, is Louise Jameson the only one still alive from that era? Right, I guess she is. I don't know. Maybe they could have got John Leeson in, but he's like, yeah. How long does it take to? Do they have to sit through the entire thing? Like, I also bad for Peter Davison's crew. Like, how do they sit through it? I don't know. So there we go. Who's Colin Baker? Fine. Blu-ray trailer, we just saw that. Light and Darkness, a look at the career of Graham Williams. In Conversation with Matthew Sweet with Louis Jameson. Inside the Lighthouse. Oh, so there hasn't been a making of Horror of Fang Rock. There's a very good love letter to it on the DVD, where basically they have all these great writers say, yeah, this is one of the most pucker stories ever. Tom Baker music about life, the universe, and everything, always fun. Exclusive audio commentaries from Tom Baker. 5-1 sound on Horror and Fang Rock. And they said they got new effects on there as well. Rare convention footage. That's pretty darn good. I like that. Rare archive treats. Well, that's a bit ambiguous. Tom Baker Blackpool exhibition links. I think that's right. Wasn't that from the Wonderful World of Disney? PDF, info text, app, lots more. Lots more. Okay. 7 disc set. It'll be so then April's my guess. April. But yeah, look, excellent, right? Excellent. So yeah, so now, okay, after this one, we are waiting for I think 2 seasons from John Pertwee. That would be season 7 and what's the one? 7 and 10. Do we have his one sec. There we have it. I'm just walking across my room to see what we have. We got season 9. Season. I use a different one. Fine. So we got 3 seasons on John Pertwee, right? So we got 2 more John Pertwee seasons out there. Then 2 more Pertwee, 2 more Tom Baker, 1 more Peter Davison, and 1 more Sylvester McCoy. Okay, 6 with it. Okay, for the color years, we only got 6 left. Okay, and then black and white, there's 5 more to come out. But I don't know. I hope we're going to get another box set in 2024. I wish they did 3 a year, right? 3 a year would be. I mean, they're expensive though, but 3 a year. 3 a year sounds good. Then we could really plow through it. I don't see there being a new format in the near future, right? I really don't. I think with Blu-ray is probably where this technology stops for a long time. Right? I just don't see there's an appetite to update. Let's look at the trailer again, because again, I'm just kind of amazed that it was that good. Fine. I'm going to skip the titles. Well, that'll just be copyright blocked anyway. There we go. No, honestly, I find these titles incongruous to the content. Right? Final battle. Now, look, as far as I know, this is not how the Time War ended, but because it's a Time War, it could have multiple different time endings because there's lots of different. This is different. This is a abandoned, time track. Again, very, very, very strong professional graphics, special effects. All right. I mean, you can see where the green screen starts and ends, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, these effect shots really sell it. I'm very impressed. Really am. I mean, to me, this looks like they're paying the same sort of money that they pay for screen. Yeah, bit of lippy, bit of makeup. Why did you make her face look like she's sandpapered?
Commander! Commander!
Gallifrey has fallen. The Time War is lost. But do not fear. We face the end with courage.
So again, I think with very limited resources, they really sold this. Took a couple of costumes, great performance from Louise Jameson. Maybe they could have sprung to some makeup. That would be nice.
I'm instructed to give you this. A wayfinder, my lady. An escape from this hell.
Escape to where?
Only you can decide that.
I do not run from battle or cower from machines.
It is his wish, my lady, that you survive.
Whose wish?
The Doctor.
Honestly, I think they should have. I think they should have really tied this more into the War Doctor than into season 15. Frankly, but yeah, look, I mean, this is really good. This is just very good.
He is here.
The Doctor is waging war. The end is coming, and you are his only hope for the future. My lady, I beg of you, activate the Wayfinder. Escape.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
Funny. I was talking to Sean. Who was it? Review it yourself. About was it Remembrance of the Daleks, right? And it was the first time that anybody saw a Dalek go upstairs, right? People were just kind of blown away by it. And now it's easy to do, right? They can do it without blinking. But I just pressed the wrong button. There you go. And again, all of this is pretty generic and easy to do. It's just damned impressive, right? I think that makes it more impressive.
Exterminate! The Daleks are victorious.
You are wrong!
Identify! Identify!
I am Leela, warrior of the 17 and of Gallifrey.
The problem we were saying earlier that can we get somebody else other than Nicholas Briggs in to do Dalek? Now listen, I've always been a big fan of Nicholas Briggs, right? And his Daleks. I do think you have a point. Like for me, you don't really notice how fast time goes by, but like he should have somebody he's training up to be like a Dalek voice, right? He should be having his replacement. Like, he's getting to that point in life now.
Friend of the Doctor, while we live, your victory is short-lived.
Your statements are meaningless. The Doctor will be destroyed. His acolytes will be exterminated.
That is not how this ends.
Alert! Alert! Transport device detected! Exterminate!
I mean, honestly, just that it all comes together very well. Big round of applause, right? I bitched about a lot of Doctor Who stuff of late for good bloody reason, right? But look here, let's look at that. Let's have a look at season 15. What's that? Doctor Who episode guide. But yeah, look, this is but it's amazing. Like, you know, the exciting stuff about Doctor Who, it's very much in the past. Past and the future. Here we go. 24th Doctor. Share screen. Okay. So yeah, so we're missing season 13. 14's out. 14's pure class. Okay, so yeah, Horror Fang Rock. Oh boy, is that a great way to start a season? Just great, solid writing. I would say probably one of the best classic stories of all time. Right, really, I got to give it a rewatch, right? Because it's and wait till it comes out. I can see it in HD. What am I talking about? Right, it's beautifully beautifully written, right? Very, very tightly written. There's a whole story behind it. It was a replacement script, I believe. Terrence Dicks writing on the fly, but yeah, a really solid, good drama story to start with. Like, this is 1977. Yeah, this is British TV. It's probably at its height, right? This is up there with Callan. I love Callan. Invisible Enemy, the introduction of K9, which would become so definitive for Doctor Who. I did think it was good design, basically. It was a good idea, good design. Not a great story. I have to tell you, the story, it's okay. It is, but there's a lot of padding in it, right? It will be, if they edit it into a one-parter, it will be like just over an hour long, right? There's a lot of padding on it, and like contact is made, doesn't really work. The silly eyebrows when you're infected doesn't really work. Michael Sheard does his best to try and sell it. K9's awesome. Tom is awesome as always. But yeah, not the greatest story, right? You know what? You can really feel the lack of Philip Hinchcliffe, frankly, right? Because it didn't have that shine to it, right? Same with Image of Fendor, right? It really needed a who was the script editor at that time? Let me see. Season 15. As they say, the script editor is. Oh, come on. Where is it? Oh, let's go to Horror Fang Rock. Maybe I'll say there. Directed by Robert Holmes, was a script editor. Yeah. So you can see it just needed that Hinchcliffe shine, essentially. I didn't think Robert Holmes was still script editor. Wow, I'm surprised. I mean, I know he wrote a lot of it. Let me have a look over here. Is he still script editor over here? No, Anthony Reid. Yeah, you can definitely feel script editor essentially changes the course of the season. Image of Fendor. About this time, Robert Holmes. Oh, man, you can really look. Image of Fendor. Does he come in over here? Robert Holmes and Anthony Reid. Okay, fine. You can really see it. Okay, fine. Now I got it. So Robert Holmes is script editor for the first half of the season. So you got Invisible Enemy, Image of Fendor. It drags a bit as well, and like the Fendor is I don't know, not very scary. Like that was one of the first toys I didn't buy. I was like, yeah, no, thank you. Yeah. Some makers is awesome, right? Nothing's better than Robert Hose when he's having a bitch and a moan about money, which is what it is, right? About the taxman. But it's actually the after Horror Fang Rock, the best written story of that season thus far, right? It doesn't drag at all, right? It moves a good pace. Great characters in it. What's the name? Villa's in it, playing a darker character, as I recall. Villa, what's his name again? Better look it up. Michael Keating, right? Michael Keating's in it. Look, by this time, Doctor Who had got to the point culturally that they really wish it was that right now, right? Where it was like, it's like being on the Walk on White show. Underworld, Bob Baker and Dave Martin got 2 slots this season. It's a weirdly unremembered story, right? I think because a lot of people don't like the special effects in it, like the use of virtual sets before they really work. It never really bothered me, right? I've only ever seen it once, I think. Right? I really don't remember much about it. I'm looking forward to revisiting it. And I guess Invasion of Time. Yeah, a great 2-part and 4-part story. Weird TARDIS interior. Good to see the Sontarans back. It's a weird Gallifreyan story, right? I kind of like the later Tom Baker Gallifrey stuff because it just gets straight. I like it when Big Finish does it too. So yeah, look, I mean, this is certainly a box set to look forward to. As I said, I bitch and moan a lot about stuff, right? I really do. I bitch and moaned about the 60th anniversary or the tranny crap all the way through it. Yeah, no, I did, right? I did. I really should give props to something that was good. That was a very good trailer, right? That was a very good trailer for a very good series. New Who has overused Gallifrey in your opinion. You're absolutely correct, right? You're absolutely correct. They have. But still, again, I'm surprised how good that trailer was, right? I'm genuinely surprised how good that trailer was. Something else I was surprised about, right, was this thing over here. Napoleon, right? Napoleon. So it's coming on Apple TV Plus soon, and there's a new Scorsese movie I got to see as well. That's also coming on Apple TV Plus. That's also where they got the new Capaldi crime drama thing, which he's kind of the villain in. I wouldn't rush to subscribe to Apple TV for that, right? They do have a few good things on, but this was freaking excellent. Napoleon, right? It was. I was amazed how good it was. I wasn't expecting it at all. So this is an old school historical epic, right? Now, I understand it's historically inaccurate, and I don't really give a shit, right? I really don't. It's everything is really inaccurate. If you ever saw Howard Stern's Private Parts movie, he amalgamated different bits of his life for dramatic reason. Same sort of thing here. Look, here's what I think. Anyway, we went away with an impression of. And I don't know if it's an honest impression, but an impression of who Napoleon was, which was very interesting, as it turned out. I didn't really know. And his life and, the world he inhabited. A lot which I didn't know much about. How the realities of warfare was very, very, very well portrayed. This is a great companion piece to Gladiator, I think. Directed by Ridley Scott. So again, there's lots of politics in this, right? There's lots of politics about France in the post-revolutionary France, or revolutionary and post-revolutionary France. So the biggest takeaway in terms of story is when government fools expect death and chaos, right? Expect death and lots of death and complete chaos as a new government tries to assert itself, which is basically the backdrop for this entire movie, right? And I think we'll probably see something similar in America if the government collapses, which it could well do, right? I mean, it's facing revolution, right? I mean, it really is, especially with the plans that they have now. So be careful what you wish for, because this always happens when a political system falls. No matter how corrupt it is, you get death and chaos, right? Same thing with the Russian Revolution. But for me, look, the story of his life, I'm not that interested in Napoleon. I'm kind of interested. He's an interesting guy. I'm interested to know more. And this movie scratched that itch. But really, this is more a cinematic epic more than anything else. And it really is. Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic in this role. He exudes power. Like he's like just like he's like a radioactive generator of power, and he's absolutely met toe to toe by Vanessa Kirby. Is it Vanessa Kirby? Is it? I think it is. Let's have a look up 1 second. I'm in Wikipedia. Let me go to. I'll look up Napoleon movie. 2023 by Ridley Scott. There you go. Doink. Who's it starring? Vanessa Kirby as Josephine. Now, Vanessa Kirby is fantastic, right? She just like wandered in out of nowhere, right? And is everywhere. And she's just absolutely fantastic. The first thing I saw her in was The Crown, where she played, was it Princess Margaret? Is that right? Yeah. And she's very good. So here's the thing about Vanessa Kirby. I think she's a very, very good actor. I really do. I think she's an incredibly good actor because she's always very good at playing very sexy, slinky roles, which is what Josephine is in this, and what her role in Mission Impossible, her role in The Crown. They're always very sexy, slinky roles, right? And I think she's probably a very normal person in real life. That's kind of the vibe I get. But she's very good at doing the sexy, slinky roles. So a huge part of this movie, right? A huge part of this movie is Napoleon's relationship with Josephine, how he meets her, how they marry, and their weird, tortured relationship. So, okay. Their take on Napoleon, which again, I think is probably true, I have no idea, is he's your average loser. Like, if it was around today, he would have a YouTube channel. I don't mean to disparage myself, but yeah, he's that kind of guy, right? He's this guy who like is a bit with the Jewish word nebuch, right? A little bit not really with it altogether, but also an incredible military genius, right? And an incredible military tactician, happening to be in the right place at the right time. In reality, but like so gawkingly socially awkward, and without without self-awareness of his own bizarre physical social awkwardness, right? Which is just bizarre to watch, right? It's kind of hypnotic to watch, right? And I think Joaquin Phoenix really does a great job, like bring it through. Who's a chick with a dick? Wait. Josephine isn't black. Oh, fine. We'll talk about. No, Josephine's played by Vanessa Kirby, who's very, very, very white. So yeah, look, there is colorblind casting in this. I don't know if it's historically accurate or not, right? I don't know if you had like black people in aristocracy from Algiers or somewhere. I really don't know, right? I really don't know. So you say Napoleon's just this guy, Yes, I am. That's Colin Archer. You're absolutely right. So yeah, there's colorblind casting in this. for me, that it doesn't really bother me that much because it didn't feel like it was. I don't know. It's weird. You can kind of feel like it when it's done to smack you in the face, right? It's well, he was a very successful socialite, very popular, especially with the ladies. Well, they kind of, it says problem being, well, they kind of show him like he's kind of like a Forrest Gump's way into these sort of situations, right? Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. So I don't feel like it was smacking me in the face with it to like batter me into submission, which I felt like the Indian what's it called again? Isaac Newton. I thought that was in Doctor Who. This didn't feel like it. It felt like character actors kind of fitting the character, right? To be honest with you, I think it's the motivation behind it, and the motivation behind it is like you do very much. I feel it, right? I feel it. So yeah, no. Is Napoleon a chick with the dick? No, he is not. So yeah, Vanessa Kirby, she is freaking awesome in this, right? She is a equally twisted, very, very, very clever woman who understands the realities of society and uses it for her self protection and self promotion, right? But there's the sexual frisson between Napoleon and Josephine is just like vibrates through, I would say, the second third of this movie, right? Where they really finally get to meet, get to grips with each other. A lot of this movie is also show you what war was like in war and combat was like, right? How wars were won. And it's essentially like a giant chess match, right? And that's why he was so successful. Because he was able to come up with new, simpler new ideas that were successful, like making lots of smaller cannons and carrying them around with them. Come up with like new off-the-wall battle tactics that were often very, very successful. But again, you get to see like the reality of combat. There's a bit in the beginning where he's like charging, into taking some fort or something at the beginning. There's so much politics about what's going on. I didn't follow any of it. Weirdly enough, though, there's a guy in it who's in it a lot. He plays a Napoleon's friend, somewhat, and who looks exactly like Tarrant from Blake 7. And sounds like him too. So like I thought it was him. I was like, but he looks really young. Could that be the same guy? He's wearing a wig. I don't know. I looked it up. Wasn't him. Different guy completely, right? Totally different guy. Anyway, so like the first third of this movie is setting up the world, setting up Napoleon, seeing who he is. And again, the combat scenes are just breathtaking. You get a number of really, really good ones in this. So yeah, so he's charging into battle after his troops. And a cannon fires it and hits his horse and like blows up a leg off of the intestine of his horse. All right, and he's like, "Oh, I'm still okay." And he goes charging in to take this fort. Look, it's a real pro. Like Ridley Scott knows how to handle that stuff. But again, his gawky awkwardness just goes through the entirety of this movie. So he falls head over heels in love for Josephine, who is clearly the more powerful and more controlling of the two of them. And yeah, you hear all this weird stuff where she like diagnoses him, right? Like works out his mummy issues essentially, and he's besotted by her, and she really can't stand him for a lot of the movie, and like, he's all over like licking her, and she's like, "Oh God, this is disgusting." But equally, he's incredibly powerful, right? So at the same time as all this going on, he kind of Forrest Gumps his way into this supreme power of eventually becoming king. And then he believes his own press too much, and the wheels come off the wagon. But like it's all the way through, even through his like genuine gawkiness. He has so much charisma. People just can't help being flocking around him. That's why he has such a strong political career until he had like a number of everything was based on his military career. So and that fell apart. Support for him fell apart. But look, this is what, a 3-hour-long movie. How long is this movie? Let me see if I can see. It is 157 minutes long. Directed by was it Ridley Scott? Let's see the cast. We'll go through them. It's Joaquin Phoenix, Bonaparte, fantastic. Vanessa Kirby. Again, I was saying the problem with the new Capaldi TV show on Apple Plus is that you have Peter Capaldi, who just like emanates power, right? He's just like one of those powerful actors on screen. And whoever is playing officer, Kush, whatever her name is, it's like blown off the screen by him whenever he's on. And it's not her fault. She's a fine actress. Don't worry. Whatever it's on. So Tahar Rahim looks exactly like Tarrant. Do I have a picture of him? Let's see if I can find a picture of him. Yeah. He looks and sounds exactly like Tarrant. It is beyond me. Yeah, 1 second. So if you ever do a Blake Seven movie, please, this guy has to play Tarrant. Okay, I did. That's how white men do it. Yeah. But again, and you see like how Napoleon may well have been completely bonkers. Oh, he was hated by the elites of the time, right? They couldn't stand him for his commonness. Rupert Everett plays Duke of Wellington, and those scenes between those combat scenes between the two of them, great, because you see them like ordering their troops into place in the same way people play chess, right? And that really worked. Ben Miles, who's been in a bunch of stuff, he's very good in this as well. Basically everybody is just knocking out the park. Mark Bonnar's in it. Commander Codigan, Space 1999 on Big Finish. He's also in it. There's a lot of faces you'll recognize. Definitely a recommend. It's look, if you've never had a subscription to Apple Plus, you have this. You have the new Scorsese thing, which I haven't seen yet, with Leonardo DiCaprio. You have Silo season 1, freaking awesome. You have Ted Lasso. You have what else? That Godzilla show is crap. I got halfway through. I'm like, I stopped watching it. But yeah, if you've never had a subscription to Apple Plus, it's worth it for this as well. So yeah, that's a definite recommend, right? Problem being doesn't say it. You have to see the movie, right? When you see him in the movie, you go, "Fuck me, that's Tarrant." It's the weirdest thing. I'm not joking. When you see in the movie, you go, "What the hell?" I really thought of Stephen Pacey. I'm not even joking. I really did. I'm like, but it's too young. How? I didn't understand how on earth it could be possible. But yeah, no, it really was, right? It really was. Something else I was somewhat surprised about, right? Tell you, it's been a good month for me. I've learned how to make marmalade. I made a lot of marmalade. Saw Napoleon, which I thought was quite good, right? I like the trailer for the season 15 Blu-ray, so I'm doing well, babe. I'm doing well, and fuck me with the fishbowl. Big Finish put out something that isn't woke. I used to say, if you're gonna make something woke, can you put a sticker on it saying woke so we know not to buy it? Right now, there's so few things that aren't woke on Big Finish. Can you put a sticker on it saying not woke, and we'll buy it? Fucking morons, right? You put a not woke sticker on it, it will sell, right? And this wasn't woke, amazingly, right? Amazing. I'm still like somewhat in shock, right? Listen to it today. So this was obviously meant to be a box set called Sontarans versus Rusans. It was, I guess, always due to come out in January 2024, because that is the 50th anniversary of the Time Warrior airing,
right? So it's the 50th anniversary of the Sontarans, and why this is going out. So you get 4 in this series. There's 4 releases with four different Doctors, and they say in the making of it, it's kind of telling you a story out of order, which I don't mind at all. I love the new release schedule of 1 a month, right? It's so much better, right? It's I don't like when I got a box set of 4 things to listen to. It's hard, right, to get the time for it, right? But 1, yeah, I'm really into it. So this one was really a really weird idea, like a really genuinely weird idea in terms of the TARDIS team. It's the 8th Doctor. Charlie Pollard, who was the original companion for, well, I'm not counting Dr. Grace, she was never really a companion. The original like audio companion, and Cariz. Now Cariz came in. I would guess it's called season 3 of the McGann years, right? McGann had several reboots, right? So his first incarnation was in the monthly adventures. I think they used to put his ones together. You had a first season, which was generally speaking quite good. The first season was it Stones of Venice, Sword of Orion, Cyberman 1, what was it? I can't remember. Storm Warning. And then you had a second season, which was, I think, much longer and stronger. And then that ended up, and then so then it ended up in the 40th anniversary, where you had like a big season finale. It wasn't that great, so Grayus, it wasn't that great, but then it pushed the McGann audio team into its next phase, which was with Cariz, right? So they went into this divergent arc. They're in a divergent universe. They were there way too long, like just way too long. And then they came out, and Chris was with them. He's kind of like this chameleonic alien, right? So and I think he left in a story called Face Stealer, was it? I can't remember. Right? Oh no, Absolution, right? Absolution, and then Charlie went off, and that's kind of the end of that iteration of Paul McGann. Then they went into doing the Lucy Miller's series. There was like 3 or 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons of that, and then they went into the Dark Eyes box sets and all the different box sets, and now they're just floundering, right? My point is this: this is the least known of the McGann TARDIS teams, the 8th Doctor, Charlie and Chris. I was so he says this, they're kind of surprised that Mr. Turdis hasn't called out what they're about. He's shit scared of me, right? That's why, right? He doesn't want to deal. Bullies are generally scaredy cats. Anyway. Because the people are scared of having the piss taken out of them, essentially. Where was that? So yeah, so you got this like this weird TARDIS team, which I was surprised. It works, right? It really works. See them together. So the basic premise is this: they get caught on it's only a 1-hour story, and it really works for it as well. They're caught on this like temporal tidal wave, and they end up in like Celtic era Earth. I bet, like, what was it, about 100 BC or something? I really don't know when, right? When the Romans were around, and they find a Roman a bunch of dead Roman legionnaires with weird helmets. They take them off them, and they're Sontarans. So you have a whole bunch of Sontarans who believe they are Roman legionnaires. You have a bunch of Celts who have some strange powers, and then so you basically it's working out the mystery, and then you get like the big showdown at the end with a bit of some but versus Rutan action, which is basically what you want. So this is a non-pretentious, non-lecturing, just good story that entertains you, right? That is Doctor Who, right? Yeah, all this stuff just really, really works. So it's written by Lizzie Hopeley, who I uncharitably called Lizzie Hopeless, because I don't think she's been that great. This one, again, she's just doing a damn job, right? She's not lecturing about the rights of man, and it just works very well, right? The cast is very good as well. The war between the Sontarans and the Roots has been going on for a millennia, and it's likely to continue for a millennia more. A terrible conflict where, with no care for the consequences of collateral damage, billions have died with no end in sight. It encompasses the ancient, ancient island and a forest world in the far future. Okay, so this is the ancient island one. A temporal tidal wave leads the Doctor, Charlie, and Chris to the Giant's Causeway in Ireland in 55 BC. So the Giant's Causeway is a bunch of weird stepping stones that go across the sea around Scotland somewhere, I guess, where the TARDIS drains the power, and they encounter the Sontarans who believe themselves to be legionnaires. Yes, the TARDIS is instantly sucked out of all power and is dead at the beginning, which again, very, very good beginning. What was the cause of this? What is called the strange secret of the rocks? So yeah, it's just a good, solid little mystery. Its strength is it's not being pretentious at all. It's just trying to do its job, and oh god, is that a breath of fresh air? So yeah, I'm really happy that this is a recommend, and this whole series is I'm kind of excited for now. Next month we got a Third Doctor Brigadier and Sarah Jane Smith story, which I like a lot. So the Children of the Future is written by Tim Foley, who I quite like. The Brigadier is used to the Doctor acting strange, but this time something's decidedly different about the whole affair. He looks into the Time Lord's odd activities outside the unit. There's a mystery that'll take Lethbridge Stewart to a site very familiar to Sarah Jane Smith. Can the Brigadier trust his old friends? Who are his mysterious new allies? The future of humanity is a future of humanity like a Sontaran threat could spell the end of their long-standing relationship and the whole planet. Very good. And then you got it's going to be a Time War one with what's it called again? With Jonathan Carley's War Doctor, who I think is generally speaking excellent, and they're going to get a Sixth Doctor one as well. So yeah, look, I have to tell you, I'm chuffed as anything. This was really good, right? This was astonishingly good. I'm very surprised, right? I am very surprised. But Big Finish, thank fucking God. I don't know who Tegan Byrne is, right? I don't think they've written anything for Big Finish before. But just thank God. Written by John Dorney. I normally like John Dorney's stuff, right? So looking forward to this one. So yeah, I am rightly chuffed about this. About my Big Finish purchase this month. What else is coming out this month? Not this audio book. Leave Me Alone. Dad's Army. Oh, so yeah, we got the First Doctor with Stephen Noon. That's normally pretty darn good. Star Cops, I'm out of. I'm afraid. Sorry, you didn't get me past the High Frontier. What can I tell you? 5. Let's look at this. Peter Capaldi on criminal record on Doctor Who being good for the world. Well, that's not really what he said, right? He's not that impressed with Doctor Who nowadays, right? He is not that impressed. Well, maybe not impressed. I think he finds it similar to how most people find it. Look, honestly, in the comments, the thing I hear repeatedly, over and over and over and over and over again, is it just doesn't feel like Doctor Who at all anymore. And that's true. It's a very different show now. Whereas I think they managed to keep the essence of it in the 2005 revival. Even though, it was a radically different show. Like now it's just like this, the lore is just shot to bits. I'm sorry. And I think that makes a difference. Yeah, I really do. Sadly, right? Like genuinely sadly. So with this career spanning decades, it's surprising that Criminal Record is the first time role has been entirely tailor-made for Peter Capaldi. So he's not in that much. Criminal Record, and you don't really. I've only seen the first episode. And you don't really know what he's doing. At first point, he's at first you see him. He's acting as a chauffeur and security. You get a feeling that something more is going on, and he's in some kind of records department in the police. But yeah, he seems to have some kind of weird, dodgy background, and there's a current case that seems to put a former case of his into question. All right, and he seems to have a lot of very, very strong support. Right, old boy network support. There's a hint he may be in a racist group. God, I hope not. They'll be so boring. And playing opposite him is Cush Jumbo. Again, I'm sure she's nice, but she can't go toe to toe with him, right? She really can't. Again, the thing with Napoleon I thought was good was Vanessa Kirby was able to go toe to toe with Joaquin Phoenix. It was giving a performance on, off the charts, right? Off the charts, very understated, but completely off the charts. It never really happened to me before. Well, what about Doctor Who? And he put, it never really happened to me before. And he puts a little bit more pressure on because there are fewer places to hide. Again, if you're hoping to get any glimpse of the Doctor, forget it, right? But you do get a feeling this guy who's been portrayed to be a bad guy is probably a good guy. I don't know. There seems to be some twist coming. I don't know what it is. Explain we are in the London character-driven drama, often without wanting to sound disingenuous. You get a script and 2 or 3 other people have turned it down or they're not available. So you know that the producers might be hedging their bets and hoping they'll get whoever they can. With this, I know they got who they wanted, so I had to assure I deliver what was needed. Capaldi plays Detective Chief Inspector Daniel Hegley, a man trying to protect his legacy from a woman. Detective Sergeant June Linker, played by Cush Jumbo, who is at the early stages of her career. When she starts investigating an anonymous call, an old murder gets a fresh eyes on it, and the pair clash in a battle of truths. Criminal Record is premiering on Apple TV Plus with new episodes dropping weekly. I like the weekly thing, right? Also, I knew it will be a sort of Vel character. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to play him. I think he was good in the other one. That thing is last year where he kept getting reincarnated. Devil's Hour. Often characters I play are fairly outspoken, like Malcolm Tucker in the thick of it, but Haggerty is a very hidden. Yes, he is. And again, Capaldi is just like a master craftsman. He absolutely is. I still had to know what was happening, but I didn't want to. I still had to know what happened, but I didn't want to single it to the audience. Yeah, but you do get a feeling that something more is going on, right? The actor involved in Criminal Record. The actor was involved in Criminal Record before the script stage, as it was produced by his wife, Elaine Collins, and she previously brought audience the classic crime dramas such as Vera and Shetland. Right, when we're getting into Doctor Who, it's around us somewhere. Let's have a quick look, see what's going on here. She was looking at ideas about why people confess and then retracted the confessions, because they're scared normally. And she wanted to build a story out of that. She was working with Paul Ruttman, who's blah, 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 blah. It's very interesting. One small detail, Capaldi particularly enjoyed his character named Daniel Haggerty, as it fits his Scottish brogue rolling off the tongue. I think Paul came up with that. It sounded like a grizzled detective, and I think it's, I don't care. It's not, it's watchable. It's a good English crime drama. Capaldi has played a wide range of characters, including the iconic and coveted role Doctor Who, played it brilliantly. However, this is the first time in decades that he's played a policeman. Okay, when we talking about Doctor Who, right? Policeman on Good Friday, blah, 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 blah. I come from Glasgow. Okay, look, it's talking about Doctor Who there. Where are we up to? Melancholy reflection was something Capaldi felt recently when he watched the return of Doctor Who. That's interesting, with David Tennant back in the lead role, albeit temporarily, proving that it was a disaster. Right, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great and a lot of fun, he says. It was wonderful, exuberant, full of life, drama, monsters. David was wonderful, Catherine Tate, of course. It's Doctor Who, It's a gas and it's a good thing in the world. I agree with you. It's nice, fun, exciting thing. I look forward to the rest of the special Judy Gutwood coming along. I met him and he's very inspiring and charming. So he's basically being professionally very polite there. Now, why do I know he's being professionally very polite, right? Because what he says next. Could you follow in fellow Scott Tennant's footsteps and briefly return to the role of the Doctor? No, he said. I'm a long-standing Doctor Who fan from a kid. Haggerty is the same age as me, so maybe he watched Doctor Who too. That'll be, again, his character in Criminal, whatever it's called. He's of that era. I like the idea that my Doctor is still out there. He's not available to come and be on TV, right? Now, he's talking about his Doctor as in the Capaldi Doctor. The real Doctor is not on TV. The real Doctor is out there. So he's saying exactly the same thing as what I see in the comments all the freaking time, right? I mean, really, all the time I see exactly the same thing. It's this new era, this new iteration of Doctor Who is too distant and it's too far away, right? Again, they kept saying, they want Doctor Who to be kind of a cosmic imp. I would love to see a Capaldi season with Doctor Who the way he would want to do it, right? I would love to see that. He would return to a film set directed by James Gunn. You kind of feel his melancholy there, right? Now we've read the end of it. Let's read the beginning again, and you can see it much more in context. So he's asking about the specials. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great and a lot of fun, he recalled. It was wonderful, exuberant, full of life, drama, and monsters. Yeah, none of this is saying he thought it was good. David was wonderful, and Catherine Tate. And of course, it's Doctor Who, It's a gas. It's a good thing for the world. It's fun, exciting thing. And I look forward to the rest of the specials that Shooty Gatwa coming along. I've met him, and he's very inspiring and charming. He strikes me as being very inspiring and charming, right? So I said, no, I can't go back. I'm a long-standing Doctor Who fan from a kid. He's of that. I like the idea that Doctor is out there. He's not available to come on and be on TV. The real Doctor is not on TV. The real Doctor is out there. Fuck me. You're saying it pretty. That's a pretty ballsy way of saying it, right? Yeah. Basically, people just said R.I.P. Doctor Who, right? I mean, that's essentially what he said. Do anything from Bleeding Cool? A second. So this is funny from Bleeding Cool. Why do I think there's rating shenanigans going on? More than the math not just adding up, because then we get all these articles. Doctor Who ratings up. No, it's fucking not. What are you talking about? It was like the lowest rated Christmas special ever, right? TV is in the toilet, right? The ratings are not up. But yeah, look at this. It's like they're giving like the it got 4.73 overnight, which is up from the 6.72. I mean, yeah. They're all shit, these ratings, right? And Christmas week. So yeah, the BBC had over 10.1 million times. What Doctor Who content was played? Probably old stuff, right? So minimum of 4.5 is a healthy viewing figure. So yeah, this is spin, right? What do we look at? This is just total and complete spin. Somewhat pathetic spin at that, right? So, which it indicates to me things are not going that well, right? It just does. You wouldn't if you didn't need to lie. I think it would seem more credible, right? When you start lying, I stop believing you, right? I completely stop believing you. Let's look at Batting in Comics. 1 second. Battle Gaia's drawing board. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon is sadly half of a cover movie. What about that? That's the drawing board. Right? Batman Returns writer Daniel Walter revealed he and Tim Burton had two different ideas for Catwoman spin-off featuring Michelle Pfeiffer. That probably would have gone. Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire release date moves up. to the end of March. Will go up against Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Interesting. I tell you though, that Monarch TV show has just put me off, frankly. And there's no sign of Godzilla -1 turning up in Israel. I'm waiting for the home release. Game of Thrones showrunner revealed that their failed Star Wars trilogy focused on how the Jedi Order came to be, why it came to be, and the first lightsaber. Okay, maybe. Star Wars clarifies the future of Dave Filoni's Ahsoka with season 2 production tease. Yeah, man, desperate spin. This is desperate spin, right? It's okay. So nobody's contacted Rosanna Dawson about a season 2 of Ahsoka, right? And it aired what, 6 months ago? That's not a good sign. Right, that means I'll be surprised they're doing second season, and they set up a bunch of cliffhangers, right? So it's a bit. This week saw 2 big production moves being made in a certain galaxy far, far away, and depending on your point of view, either found results to be refreshing, optimistic, or wholly uninteresting. For the record, I found myself in the former camp. Where we are. So Disney announced this week that Star Wars is returning to the movie theaters with a Jon Favreau directed, Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy produced, Matt Filoni and Grogu, which the studio indicated in an announcement will be a film that leads Lucasfilm ongoing feature film development slate. So, the interesting thing is, it's directed by Jon Favreau, right? So Jon Favreau was out. Jon Favreau was out of Mando. Jon Favreau's avatar in Mandalorian was that avatar with the big, like, that huge gun that he carried. So at the end of season 3, he was killed, that Mando, by the Praetorian Guard from the sequel trilogies, which is actually one of the best things of the sequel trilogies, indicating that Jon Favreau's out, right? And that seemed to be in the direction of the content that they were all going. You had that ridiculous what's the name? Man-hating was it Pakistani director? Is it doing the Ray movie announced, and everyone's like, "Fuck off," right? And then there's this, right? Really weird. At the same time, House of Mouse also made mention of the upcoming film project in development from directors Charmin Obad-Chinoy, who will be helping out the Ray Solo film. James Manigault, he's still around. Dave Filoni, the last of whom was noted, is currently developing Ahsoka season 2. What do you mean currently developing? Ahsoka season 2 is he probably developed it a year ago, right? Right, and so this, I guess, is Baden. But like, you'll have to recast the best character in it because he's dead. You know, the actor Ray, whatever his name is, right? He was the only good thing about Ahsoka. And also, yeah, it looked good, right? But like, who are you trying to kid? Right? Who on earth are you trying to kid? So what's going on here? So we got lots of contradictory things going on. So this essentially is a civil war going on at Disney. I think they had to put out the Jon Favreau Dave Filoni, the Jon Favreau Mandalorian movie for the damage control because of the Ray movie. I'll be surprised if the Ray movie is ever going to happen. I'll be surprised if Mandalorian season 2 is going to happen, right? Because look, they're facing like massive corporate shakedown. They got this whole group of investors that are like, you screwed up one time too many. How Palpatine's good point of view fooled not only Anakin Skywalker, but also a generation of Star Wars fans. Yes, I mean, look, they all, this whole generation has gone hook, line, and sinker into like the socialist message of Emperor Palpatine, right? Bizarrely so. Star Trek icon William Shatner Rose Paramount's continuous attempts at to memory hold Captain Kirk. It makes no difference to me that a group who think they are enlightened obviously feels threatened by your character. They do. They are, more than anything, they are just terrified. You know what? When Jodie Whittaker says, "Oh, don't be scared of my sex or my gender," the fact is she's terrified of our gender, right? Last of Us season 2 getting ready to start filming. That's going to be a bad idea. Adam Driver reiterates he's done with Star Wars, says he won't be providing the role of Kylo Ren in the future products. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. They fucked you over. Disney officially reveals the Mando and Grogu as the title of the kind of Star Wars film, confirms development on Ahsoka season 2. Again, that was not really confirming development, mate. That really was not confirming development. Battlestar Galactica Peacock reboot last new showrunner in the Sinner creator Derek Simmons. I'm just why? I still like the last version. Star Wars actress Rosario Dawson says Disney to approach her regarding a second season of Ahsoka. That's what's going on, right? That's really what's going down. Absolutely it is, right? Absolutely is. What else do we have? We had a whole bunch of stuff. Let's have a look at this new Star Wars movie that really no one gives a shit about, because it's not going to happen. Star Trek movie. Paramount plans another new Star Trek film set decades before Star Trek 09. Which one was Star Trek 09? So this is in essentially Star Trek 09. This will be around the Strange New Worlds or earlier, right? Fine. Even as they continue to develop the final chapter of its main Kelvin timeline Star Trek series. What? What final chapter? Paramount is looking to expand the IP universe. Oh, so they're talking about the is that Discovery? Is that a Kelvin? Is that the Kelvin timeline? That's not the Kelvin timeline. Was the main timeline? Was it? I don't think so. Star Trek series. Paramount is looking to expand the IPs in the universe as it taped Toby Hayes to direct a new film that expands the Star Trek universe, with Seth Grahame-Smith penning the script. J.D. Abrams' Bad Robot is producing and sources tell Deadline that while the plot details are being kept under wraps, this project is an origin story that takes place decades before the events of 2009 Star Trek film. So that's that started with, well, it depends what events in the 2009 one, right? Because that started with the birth of Kirk and Spock. I mean, they cut out the birth of Spock, but that started with if you're talking about the okay, fine. So that prequel bit where it had what's his name, Hemsworth as Captain Kirk's father, it'll be around that timeline. That's where it is. Fuck me. How difficult was that to tell us, you cunts? God's sake. It's the prequel to the intro to Star Trek 2009. Oh, fuck me. And that wasn't that great. Oh, really? Are they going to do more bottling plants, starships? It's fine. So brought the Kelvin timeline with the Star 09 Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek Beyond. Today's reporting does not provide specifics on the new prequel setting. This could be a tale told in the Kelvin timeline itself, or perhaps even before Kirk and Spock in the Prime Star Trek. Oh, fuck off! I'm too confused. What the hell? I don't understand. No, I don't want to. Who's Seth Grahame? He's done Pride and Prejudice, Zombies, and Lego Movie. Okay. Let's have a look at the Deadline article. Deadline.com. Okay, skip out. Yeah, skip. Okay, Star Trek. Star Trek. There we go. Skip ad. Not interested in your ad. Off with your ad. 2 bells and blah, 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 blah. Fine. So beforehand, but what's the final chapter in the main Star Trek series? I don't understand what they're talking about. Even it continues to develop the final chapter in the main start. What are you talking about? Final. Is that Discovery? Chapter. Oh! That's Star Trek 4. That's never happening. Oh! Insiders add that the final chapter in the main Star Trek series, Star Trek 4, remains in active development. Oh, fucking hell. Well, no, it doesn't. The last person you had working on that was Noah Hawley, right? Who's now in the. What's he doing now? He's got. What is he doing now? So that sounds quite exciting. Oh, he's doing the alien stuff. So stop. Behave. No. Fine. I think okay. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to cover. Another going back to the world. Danny Boyle, Alex Garland teaming up for a sequel to their zombie hit 28 Days Later. That's this. Okay, now it's got Danny Boyle. I didn't realize. Right, just over 2 decades after releasing the zombie epidemic and the modern horrors classic 28 Days Later, which became like we basically The Walking Dead came out of that, generating new sequel, maybe even a trilogy of sequels. So the director says in 2002 they're returning for 28 years later, a new zombie thriller that's expected to hit studio streamers and other potential buyers later this week, according to multiple sources. WME, which reps Boyle and Garland, will take out the package and handle the sales. Okay, the package isn't just a simple modern sequel installment. The movie has already followed up with 28 Weeks Later, released in 2007. The duo were only involved as executive producers in that film. Now they hope to launch a new trilogy. Well, I guess it's like, you get money for longer, right? I guess. Where are we up to? Boyle is attached to direct the first installment. Garland would write all 3, and the budget would be in the $75 million. So not huge. I like its lower budget, right? The pair would also produce, and the original producer Andrew MacDonald and Peter Rice, the former head of Fox Searchlight. Okay. So they're getting the bad back to the pair have talked publicly about potential sequels over the decades of 28 Months Later, and one title bounded 28 years later. Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. 28 Days Later stars Cillian Murphy, now celebrated star of Oppenheimer. I forgot it was Cillian Murphy. He survived at the end of that. A man who wakes up from a coma after a bicycle accident in England is now desolate post-apocalyptic. Yeah, it's great, right? That would be great. Man navigates the landscape, meeting survivor played by Naomi Harris, and a maniacal army major played by Christopher Eccleston. Yeah, he was brilliant. The movie proved to be a surprising profitable hit. Yeah, zombies always cheap to do, but more impactfully, it revitalized the zombie genre, kicking out off the next decade and a half of zombie movies. Yeah. So we had World War Z, Zombieland, blah 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 blah. Went on forever. Separately, the movie has also kept the career. It also kept propelling the career of Boyle, who would go on to do Slumdog Millionaire, 177 Hours. 177 Hours is the most disturbing movie I've ever seen. Absolutely is, right? Absolutely is. And it served as a launching pad for Murphy, who, in a few short years later, he'll make his first movie with Christopher Nolan, Batman Begins. The President and Touchstone execs are hoping for 2015 Fury Road, which also serves as what? Wait, what? Why are we into Fury Road now? What the hell's going on? That's a mistake, right? They shouldn't have added this on. Okay, fine. I have no idea. So that I think is exciting. So let's look at the things I haven't got to, right? I haven't got to, so that I will have to get to on Saturday night. Fortunately, always leaving wanting more, baby. Always leaving wanting more. Let's close this down. Again, I'm freaking amazed, right? I am freaking amazed at how good that trailer was. I really am, right? I really am. I didn't realize it was called The Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, that's not so terrible, I guess. Fine. So stuff we got to get to. What's this one over here? This one, I don't think we're going to get to this on Saturday, but I do want to read this. Guest feature is Doctor Who being Disneyfied. Doctor Who TV is a bit famished about the current state of Doctor Who. This is what I really want to get to. Oh, this will be Saturday night. Yes, absolutely Saturday night. Unfunny Business, Dave Chappelle and Ricky Gervais sink to new depths. What? Actual humor. Yeah, I haven't seen that for a while. Really should cover Shooting Gut was a reaction to Church on Ruby Road, which, again, generally speaking, I think people were quite, happy with him. What is this? Why is there no Doctor Who canon problem solved? Oh, we did this. We did this last stream. Okay, yeah, that's done. Doctor Who. Right, maybe we'll cover that. We got what do I got of the Daily Mail here? I know it's obviously gone. Whatever it was. Is this the correct? Oh yes, Michael Bernard de Zozerober. This is gold, right? That is absolute gold. We have to cover that. So we'll pull up the. There we go. Doink. Here's what we have coming up, right? Here's what we have coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Share screen. Doink. Look at that one, isn't it? Stay working all the way through, isn't it? So, yeah, so this was tonight's thumbnail, made for the Clara lovers. We're going for a Lala Ward, a sexy Lala Ward in the next, on Saturday night's thumbnail. So I think this is the one, right? I think that's the one. I mean, we got a lot of choice here. We could do this one. That was okay. This is still better, right? I just think that's more real. Lala smiling. Oh, look, an atheist. Oh, I'm happy. And yeah, again, I just love objectifying a Lala Wall because I know she's such a pompous pain in the ass. I think it's just good for her. Lala looks a little better when she's being serious. So, it's between this one and this one. I'm still working hard to make you a Leela, okay? One day we will come up with a Leela, right? I think that was a slightly better one. Leave it with me. I will work it out, ladies and gentlemen. Rejected Clara looks it's okay. Rejected Clara. It's okay. There can only be one winner, and that was this Clara, right? Absolutely, this Clara. Fine. So what do we have coming up? Well, fine. That was just now. Tomorrow we have a news walk coming up. That'll be great. We got ratings weirdness, where we actually do the math on the ratings and it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. I think Saturday at 4 p.m. You will have the next. I just finished this today. We're up to chapter 13 of Millennial Rights, chugging through, and now we have, as we had season 15 on the horizon. I got to release my Blu-ray reviews of both the King's Demons and the Five Doctors. Fine. With that, ladies and gentlemen, she looks like she's practicing her quick draw in the mirror on the first pick. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Clara. Or we're talking about Leela. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Well, I think we will find. I got to find a caption to pull that together. I'm not sure what it'll be. Right, I'm not sure what it'll be, but we will find something appropriately smutty. Appropriately smutty is what you will always find on my channel in my show. Thank you for joining me tonight. Join me Saturday, 5 o'clock UK time, whatever time it is anywhere else in the world. I'm gonna hit the Emperor Orgasm button. I'm gonna hit it again.